Today I'm joined here with Constable Michael Hagel with the RCMP here in Lloydminster, and today we're going to be talking about a session that he's going to be speaking at in the next couple of weeks on crime prevention through environmental design. Thank you so much for coming in. It's always a pleasure to have you in here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So tell me a little bit, when I saw that you were speaking, the term environmental design kind of caught my eye because I've never really heard crime prevention that in the same sentence. So can you tell me a little bit about what that means or what that looks like?
So basically, it's a new crime prevention initiative that the RCMP has been rolling out for the last couple of years. And what it means is having a well-lit work area, a well-lit yard, fences, security cameras, basic kind of common sense ideas that maybe people haven't really thought about.
Now, when you say get like extra security and stuff, sometimes that could be like, oh, I don't want to be super paranoid. I don't want to look like I'm being paranoid that someone is definitely going to, break into my house or steal something. But what should people, I guess, be aware of or be a little bit cautious of and not so much on the paranoia side?
It's not paranoid to be prepared. If you're leaving for a long holiday, talk to your neighbors. Have someone come by, check your mail, shovel your walks in the wintertime, make it look like somebody's home. It's not paranoia to be prepared.
And so when you speak, what will people expect to hear from you, or what should they expect to take away from or learn from listening to you?
Like I said, it's basically just tips and suggestions that the RCMP have found are successful in preventing crime in your business. The presentation I'm giving is very tailored towards commercial properties, but there is a piece on the residential side you can take away from it.
And so when you go back on, making sure you have the right measures for when going on a holiday or just going out, what should, I guess, people keep in mind, not necessarily like the security cameras or that kind of security, but what should they, I guess, keep in mind in case someone does break into their house and they don't have those extra measures, but they do have, the well-lit yard, but they don't have the extra security like cameras to go back to?
For something like that, I'd always suggest keeping track of what kind of property you actually own. Serial numbers. So if you have a big flat screen TV, it's better to tell us, oh, I had a 65-inch LG TV with this serial number. We can retrieve your property back. But if it's just, oh, I have a large TV, it's not very likely we're going to recover your property. So a lot of these tips are based around keeping track of your own property too, and making it more difficult for a bad guy to steal your stuff.
And in the part of, getting those extra details on those items that people do own, when they do call in, say someone does break in or someone does steal something just a little bit more unique, a little bit more valuable, how can they, I guess, entrust that they could get it back, or, that you guys are doing what you guys need to do to find those items?
If you have something unique or very valuable, take a picture of it. Take a photograph of a serial number of it. Anything that's unique about it. If it has a certain crack or a certain color scheme, please let us know. The more detailed of information you can give on what the item was, the more likely you are to get it back.
And as a officer, have you ever been approached by people who say, oh, those things are so silly or they're so minute? What do you say to those people who do think like taking pictures of all their valuable items or remembering those small little details? What do you say to those people who do think those little tasks are just a little bit silly?
Well, your insurance company will thank you as well, because again, if your house is broken into and you decide to get your value back through your insurance company, again, if you say I just have a TV, they're going to give you the cheapest, smallest TV they can find. But if you're more detailed in what you own, you're going to get your property back from your insurance as well.
And going back to the environmental design portion of that statement, what does that mean environmental-wise? Because when you think environment, you think about the outdoors, you think about the weather and those kind of things. What does it mean within crime prevention?
Walks are shoveled. It makes it look like your home. Your bushes are trimmed. Your property looks neat. It's a broken window theory. So the theory says that in property or areas that there's lots of broken windows, people think that the police aren't patrolling it and nobody cares. But if your property is well maintained and it looks like people are going in and out and it's clean, it's less likely to be burglarized.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in and explaining what that is for people like myself who didn't really understand, and then just those little steps to take in order to protect yourselves, your family, and of course your property as well from being broken into. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.